Hi friends, it is Black History Month and I wanted to use my platform to be able to share 5 practical things that every single one of us can do in support of Black History Month. Now, of course, this is not the only list. There's lots of different ideas and I would love for people to share and comment below so that we have even more resources and ideas to build on these 5. But here are 5 that I think would be really easy for all of us to do. Number 1, learn about Black history in your community, in your country. So for example, did you know that here in Canada in the 1750s, we had about 400 Black descendants who were already enslaved? That was surprising for me to find out. Slavery was part of our Canadian history and we did have Black slaves, but we don't often talk about that. Number 2, take an area that you already care about as a family. For us, it's ice hockey because my 3 kids play ice hockey and so does my husband. And go find examples of Black leadership and Black excellence in that area. So for me, it was amazing when I discovered that in 1958, Willie O'Ree broke the color barrier and became the first Black NHL player, and he played for the Boston Bruins. Like, this is so cool. It's going to give me really important information, the story and journey of an amazing man that I get to learn about and I get to talk about with my kids, because diversity in ice hockey is something we care about as a family. So take your time, find an area that you really care about and go figure out what is an example of Black excellence and Black leadership in that particular area. It might be theater for you, it might be singing, it might be sports, it could be anything that you care about. There is always a Black leader doing amazing things that you should know about. Number 3, invest the time and make the effort to strengthen your relationships with Black members of your community. And I mean that genuinely. We should be doing this all year long. However, if this is something you haven't done yet, this is a good time to start. So, maybe it's a family that you see at church that you always say hi to but never really take the time to talk to. Maybe you could slow down, take a minute and have a conversation with them this time. Or maybe it's a kid in your child's class that is never invited for a play date, and you have a conversation with your child and say, why don't we invite so-and-so for a play date, and I'll invite the parents over and get to know them. So there's so many different ways that we can develop bonds and relationships with Black members of our community, but it's really important that we don't wait for them to take the action, that we actually show interest, genuine interest, and that we make the effort to build those relationships. I just want to encourage you to say, it might feel uncomfortable, but it is completely possible to be able to say, hi there, I see you here every Friday, and I realize I haven't taken the time to get to know your name. I'm Mike. What's your name? And just start a conversation. It can be as simple as that. So keep it simple, be genuine, but make an effort. Number 4 is help Black-owned businesses and initiatives to thrive. Now, how do you do that? You could donate your money. A lot of people do that. But I would say take the time to look around your community, identify businesses that are owned by Black people, and go spend your money there. So perhaps, it's the jerk chicken restaurant up the road that we never go to. I've never tried jerk chicken. I don't know what it tastes like, but you know what? I'm going to make an effort and buy a meal from there, and I'm going to learn about the culture. I'm going to learn about different flavors of food. I'm going to meet the owner of the business, and I'm going to support them with my money. So put your money where your mouth is. It's really important because economic livelihoods in this climate in particular are a major issue for marginalized communities. And the one thing that we can do is use our money to purchase goods and services from Black-owned businesses that will really help in a big way. And number 5, because I'm a DEI practitioner who believes in personal change, community change, but also institutional and systemic change, I have to say this. You need to know about the Black North Initiative and in particular their CEO pledge. If this is not something you know about, go look it up and bring it back to your organization and have some questions ready for your organization. Do we know about this? Have we signed on to this? If we have, how are we doing? If we haven't, why aren't we? And if we are not in a position to sign it, what is something on this list of calls to action to CEOs across Canada that we can commit to as an organization? So don't be scared about the fact that maybe your organization feels like it cannot commit to all the things on that pledge. There are some really great actions and calls to action that organizations can take on. Any step forward is better than no step at all. Well, there you have it. 5 practical ways that every single one of us can support as allies during Black History Month. And Of course, this is just my top 5. There are many, many great ideas and ways that you can support. I encourage you to share some of the resources and thoughts and ideas below. Share this video on your network if you want people to have ideas for how they can take action, because there's not a single thing in there that you can't do. All 5 of them are something we can all do. And lastly, I would say, don't be discouraged. Don't feel like it's fake because we're doing this during Black History Month. We got to start somewhere. Take one of the 5 and take some step forward. Make a meaningful step for you and build on that over time. The most important thing is that you recognize that you are on a journey with the Black community and that you are moving in the right direction. That's what matters. Happy Black History Month.